All right. I think we're live. I think. If you guys are here, let us know. We're just here doing our day 2 and 3 Gen Con recap. We didn't do a recap last night. Probably were exhausted. Probably streamed right before that or something. I don't know. But anyways, we're here. We're sitting in the gaming hall at Gen Con 2023, the largest tabletop gaming convention in North America. We are actually sitting in one of the Asmodee areas right now that doesn't seem to be used. It's like a Catan tournament area, it looks like. Right next to FFG's event area. And we just finished our demo, learn to play event early. They let us come early, which was nice, for Star Wars Unlimited. It's not new, it's like not even out yet. It's coming out in 2024. But it was super fun. The two guys that demoed it to us taught us how to play. One of them had to leave, the other one finished it off. But thank you guys for the time. It was very nice of you. Thank you to that. I don't know who it was, but someone let us in early and let us set up and stream and play the game. So thanks a lot for that. But Star Wars Unlimited. Mel, what do you think about Star Wars Unlimited? Let's go with that first because it's the most recent thing.
Right.
Fresh in our brain.
I thought it was a lot of fun. Actually, I went in with an open mind. I don't really, I'm not really a huge fan of Star Wars. I know some of the main players in the game, right? But I thought it was a lot of fun. I really like the idea of the ground combat versus the space combat and your base, and kind of like certain Sentinel cards can protect your base, but that's only for that area. I really, really liked it. I like the initiative. It really makes you think of, do I really want to do this last action, or do I really need to go first next round? So I really like that concept of it.
Fun, right?
Yeah, I thought it was a really fun game.
Yeah, so overall, it's a really cool game. If you want to see more about the game specifically, you can go watch Mel and I play it. Live stream just happened. It should be in the playlist for the 2023 Gen Con videos that's located down below. But we definitely want to try that game out in the future. I definitely want to play it when it's finalized. But again, it's not going to be out till next year sometime. We're playing this in August 2023. It's supposed to come out sometime in 2024. My assumption is it comes out before Gen Con of 2024. Otherwise, they wouldn't be promoting it so hard here, I think. But maybe they just want to really get the impressions on from the fan base before they finalize things, and then maybe do a huge release at Gen Con next year.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, but they won't say. I was asking about dates and stuff, but they won't say anything. But it's a really cool game, really fun. I had a blast. I freaking loved it. Like, I want to play more. I want to steal the cards. I want to play more. But yeah, I didn't. But yeah, that was an awesome game. Definitely awesome game. What else have we done over the last 2 days here at Gen Con, Mel? That I know some of it was on stream. Like, we played Lorcana this afternoon. We actually got to open our second booster. Got to open our second booster box today. We opened one last night on stream. Opened one today for Disney Lorcana. We opened our starter decks today, sleeved them up, played our second, third, whatever, fourth games. We got to teach the game to a few people. They got to play on stream. I do want to play more of that game too. I was debating doing more tonight on stream, but I don't know. We will see. We will see. If not, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. If not, we'll play when we get back home for sure. But
yeah, it's definitely something I want to play more of. I want to experience.
Definitely.
There's one starter deck I didn't even try yet, so I'm curious to see how that one plays. And I'm excited to kind of sit down with even just the starter decks and actually look at all of the cards and like, what is that deck supposed to do?
I know.
I'm kind of just putting things together based on certain cards I've seen.
Yeah, we're just playing by the seat of our pants with whatever you draw, right?
Yeah, but it'd be interesting to sit down and go, oh, now I get what this deck is supposed to be doing. I know what cards I'm supposed to be looking for.
Like, what are you mulligan for at the beginning of the game? No one knows.
You're just kind of playing.
Same with Star Wars Unlimited you just played. I'm like, I don't know what I'm keeping. Like, whatever, man. Let's just play. Who cares?
Exactly.
But I'm looking forward to learning these games more, and that's the fun with card games, I find, is even just the initial card pool, like trying to solve that and figure that out for those decision points in the game. I love that. And I like the depth of those card games. And as you add more cards to the pool, it just gets crazier and crazier. And it's like, it's really deep and strategic. And I like that. So that was fun. Sadis says, hey, y'all, any cool new Arkham stuff? So I know some friends of ours, some viewers of the channel, played in the Arkham scenario, but it was a retweak of the Blob That Ate Everything scenario, but it was a giant group scenario they played here, and they were doing events of that all day, every day kind of thing. And they said they had fun, they won and everything. But they announced at Gen Con the next Arkham Horror Hero Pack and campaign expansion for Arkham Horror, the living card game. But that was on like a live stream. It wasn't like it was from Gen Con, but it's like not like they have it here or anything that I could see. So it's really going to be something that just releases in stores in January and February of next year. So
I guess they just announced it now,
so
but
like they announced it from Gen Con, but to me it's not really a part of Gen Con because I can't play it here or see it or buy it or anything. So like that's cool. Whatever. But yeah, nothing other than that I know of.
But I guess it's exciting for some people, right? Like to know there's a
I
new
would have been excited if the scenario for the Gen Con thing was a brand new scenario that was like coming out later and get to play it here. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
But because I didn't know what scenario it was and they just said it was a remix of an old scenario, I didn't care, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the people that played it said they had a great time with it though, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, definitely cool.
Do we want to talk about our Elder Scrolls or not yet?
Elder Scrolls, yes. That was yesterday.
We played that.
So thanks to Chip Theory Games, Andrew over there in marketing actually demoed the game to us. I was shocked by that. I thought they would have a designer demoing us. I didn't realize the marketing guys know the game that well that they'd be able to demo it. So Andrew, for wearing 2 hats, you were awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you did a great job.
So they let us go behind closed doors, get a private demo, but I don't tell them, but I actually turned on the live streaming camera and it wasn't really private, so just between us.
We brought as many of you as wanted to see it
between us, okay? No, it was fun. It just sucked the camera like died in the middle of it, so we missed part of it. But yeah, so but it was cool. 2 full hours. It was a lot. I was exhausted after a rough couple days of Gen Con, so it was a lot because it is a Chip Theory game. It's on the level of like Too Many Bones-ish. You can tell it's heavily inspired by that game. But it was very prototype, and you guys know me. I'm not really like the kind of guy that really wants to play my board games in prototype form. I did that. Been there, done that, and I don't want to really do it very often. I like production-ready kind of prototypes, like ones that are very reflective of the final game. Even if they're not finished, it's fine. But this was like paper and glue and scissors were used to make it, and like no art on anything. So I can't judge it on that. But it did feel very Too Many Bones. A lot of the aspects of Too Many Bones you can tell were influenced. As they said when they originally announced the game, it was based on Too Many Bones. So they've obviously tweaked and changed things. Because if anyone knows Chip Theory, they will bring something into Kickstarter that's not finished, and they will evolve it and listen to feedback and play test and change. So that game's supposedly about a year away still. So they have lots to do for it. But because it's an IP, and we know this from playing lots of IP games, Star Wars Unlimited, those take forever to create, because you have to work with the licensor for approval on everything. Like you can't just make a character in a game do something you want them to do. You have to make sure what they do fits the license and is approved, and the art works and the graphic design works and the game as a whole represents that brand. So everything needs to go through approval, and that adds extra red tape and definitely makes games take longer and they're more expensive, which is why I usually see cost cuts made in IP games. And why a lot of IP video and board games and toys and stuff sometimes suck, because they have to cut corners to make up for all that extra time and money and effort and employees' time and all that stuff, paying people for work and all that just to get through that licensing stuff. So supposedly that game's going to take a while still to finalize. But what I played, it is exactly the game that I said on stream one time. I still will go back to this because as soon as I saw it, I knew what they were doing. There was a stream somewhere. I don't know which live stream because I've streamed thousands of hours of Chip Theory Games products. But during a game I was playing of Chip Theory Games game stream, we were having some fun chatting with the chat. And I remember I said, I would love it. I loved Cloudspire. Played tons of it on the channel. Played tons of it off the channel. Love that game. And I love Too Many Bones. You guys know I played tons of that. More coming to the channel, of course, when we finally get our Unbreakable shows up in Canada. But I always said I thought Too Many Bones would be awesome because the battle mat kind of gets a little boring after a while. But I would like if they used the Cloudspire kind of tiles, little maps or whatever to expand, kind of like Mage Knight style, but using the Cloudspire neoprene tiles to be able to take Too Many Bones characters, but use them kind of like Cloudspire or now Hoplomachus we know, to use them like that so they move around maps and adventure and there's more space to play in and they're, going on a true adventure, not just adventuring through a deck and playing battles on this tiny little mat. I want epic, man. I want to explore it like Lord of the Rings, Dreams of Middle Earth, right? I want to be wandering around a giant map and do we go this way? Do we go that way? Do we split up? But I love the tactics of Too Many Bones fighting on that little battle map. But I also love it more in Cloudspire when it's bigger, and there's towers and other enemies and all my units and who goes where and who does what, and like so much going on. I love it. This is like the marriage of that Cloudspire stuff I talked about and that Too Many Bones stuff. And I always said, like, I wish Too Many Bones would add some kind of adventure mechanic with these gear locks and make like a second edition or whatever, where we're taking Too Many Bones gear locks on an actual adventure through this map of Daylor or whatever. And that's what this game basically is. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're already working on a game like that. And they were like, yeah, let's make a Too Many Bones like that or an expansion. And then they got the Elder Scrolls IP and they're like, all right, let's just jam that all together, make an Elder Scrolls Online game. Maybe it has nothing to do with anything that I said, but I said this game should exist. And it's now coming to fruition. Although it's a year away and they could completely change it. And it's nothing like that. But this feels like Too Many Bones with adventuring, like actually adventuring, not just adventuring in story fluff, like on a map, worrying about things on the board and where to go, and this dungeon delving stuff where the map's like exploring randomly, stuff we see in all adventure games and dungeon crawling games and stuff. They're just adding that to like the Too Many Bones formula, it feels like. That's the impression I got so far, but man, we just scratched the surface. So I'm just looking forward to that game being finished. So hurry the F up, guys, because I want to play the final copy, because that's one of the big things about chip theory games is that premium, overproduced, expensive, ginormous, amazing, complex, strategically deep, tactical, fun, crazy little adventure game. I use little, I should never say little in there. But it always is beautiful when it's kind of finished. So playing it in prototype form felt dirty. And but I do appreciate getting to play it and see it. But I already was like, from the first like 5 minutes, I was like, yeah, I want this game, I'm in love. How can we play more of this? I want to read every card, I want to see everything in the game. I want to solve it. I just want to play hours of this. I want to stream this for 9 hours straight every day. Let's go. But we can't do that. So a long wait's ahead. And once I hear, you guys know me, like with Kickstarters and stuff, once I back a Kickstarter, I close the window. I don't read the emails. I don't want to hear about it till it's finished. Just finish the damn game and get it to me. That's how I feel about this. Like, yeah, I see your demo. Your game's cool. Yeah. But I need to play a lot more of it before I'd ever give like feedback on like improving it or what stinks and what doesn't, because the game's still in flux. So I can't say anything like that. But just playing it as a prototype was like, cool. It's neat to do. I appreciate it. It's a cool experience. Like, it's something I can't do really sitting at home. I guess I could. They could send a prototype and stuff. But but with the designers there,
yeah,
and the marketing guys like at Chip Theory's booth, at Gen Con, being taught a game by them to play it from front to back, showing all the cool stuff and just chat with them and things, that's like priceless, man. Like, that's why I love coming to Gen Con for those experiences. So when they reached out and said, hey, do you want to come play this? I was like, hell yeah. But I don't know if I'll do that every time. I say no to a lot of people with that stuff, but you guys know I love Chip Theory game stuff. So yeah, I'm a sucker. But yeah, if I don't sound excited enough, I just finish the damn game and get it to me. I need to play it. I just want it done.
What
did you think? Yeah.
The excitement dwindles because you're like, oh, I have to wait a year. I'm going to forget everything I just learned and all of that. So yes, I understand that not being super excited because it's not like it's coming out next week. But I actually really liked it. There was a lot of decision, even just from creating your character, which kind of also gave me a little bit of that Explore It vibe, where you're like picking your character, picking your race, picking your your aspects, right?
Yes.
The hardest part, though, in a demo situation is picking all of that, and you have no idea. Like, we didn't really have time to like read through each one to see which one we would like.
We're on a time limit too, right? Because we only have a 2-hour appointment, and there's another appointment right after us. There was another appointment right before us. So we're just like a scheduled block, and it's like trying to like ask questions and browse. Like I said, I wanted to browse through every card, read everything.
I would have loved to. You can't.
We could have, but we wouldn't have got to play all the game, right?
Right.
So it's like, it's tough.
So yeah, so that's a really fun part. Also, I think it will lead to a lot of replayability where you can like take the same character and vary up the aspect and the race and everything that you're playing. I don't know exactly the terms for each of the papers that we had. So I really like that. I really like the map part of it. Like, you have so many days to get to the end and do your delve. So what way do I want to go and what's happening? And then maybe I need to heal, so I need to find an inn or something. I really like that aspect of it. And you can kind of push your luck if you want by taking fatigue. And I really enjoyed the cooldown system of the dice. Making it really
I love that.
Think about what dice am I rolling? How many am I getting back? Do I want to roll this now, or do I need to use this dice against a different enemy that I will reach later?
Yeah, I
love that. The other thing that I really, really liked is you can move and attack, or attack and move. Like, you don't have to move first and then attack. So I really like that in this game.
Yes, and I said right away that demo, I was like, oh, looks like someone's like learning finally.
Yeah, you can't
Stop
interrupt
restricting me, man. Stop restricting me in your games. Let me do what I want to do.
Exactly. You can't interrupt, like move, attack, move. That's fine.
And I was like,
I don't mind that.
Maybe in the next game. Like, come on,
we
guys.
can't have everything, but we can have a few things. So I really like those things in the game. I thought the game looked really fun, and I'm excited to play when it actually does come out. I don't know anything really about Elder Scrolls, like the game itself.
Yeah.
So all of that is new to me.
Well, you've played so many fantasy adventure games and stuff. You'll understand the races and things after a while.
I get some of that.
They'll have backstory. I'm sure they'll have little blurbs in like the final rule books and things,
which I don't
about
really
like
read
what each
anyways.
race is and stuff. No, but it might even be on the card you're choosing.
Yeah.
Like this class is known for this or that. Maybe just like on like Gloomhaven on the back, you could read about those like classes if you wanted to know more about the lore and stuff. But you don't do that really, so like you still have fun and play them. So
exactly.
Who cares?
So it doesn't matter to me. That's what I was gonna say. Like even though I don't know anything about the game itself, the hardest part for me to mentally get my head wrapped around was like picking which of the, I guess, actions you were gonna do. If it was gonna be like a one-handed, a two-handed, a magic. That was the hardest part for me to get my head wrapped around. But I think once I read the rules and play it a little bit, that will come like second nature. But yeah, I thought it was really fun. I enjoyed the game a lot.
Cool. Darren the Dude asked in chat, if you guys have questions, drop them in. We'll try to get to them. Yeah. I was just trying to ramble through what we've done already before we answer questions, but I'll get to some of them. So I appreciate them. Drop your questions and we'll try to answer what we can. We'll stream probably for a little bit here, but I don't know how long. We should grab some dinner at some point. So again, that's like when we start hearing grumbling coming from both of us, then we'll kind of call it. But we're just playing it by ear, winging it here. So did they play Call of Duty? All right, you guys want my hot take on the Call of Duty game?
Yes, give it to him.
I've not played it, okay? And here's the thing, I don't want to play it, okay? It does not look like for me, and here's the crazy part. So rewind a little bit. I'm a huge Call of Duty fan. I've been playing Call of Duty since like, I don't know which one came first, Modern Warfare 4 or whatever, or World at War. One of those two, whichever one was first, that's the one I started playing heavily, like obsessed. I took a little break when they started adding jumping packs and flying to all the games in space and stuff. Not a fan. But I played those games. I play them competitively online. I play all the modes, single player, co-op, multiplayer. Currently, I play many hours of Call of Duty DMZ. I dabble in Warzone, but I got bored of Warzone. I play 6v6 quite often. I play the ground war. I play Invasion. I play co-op. I played a bit of the raids. I played the single player of the latest Call of Duty 2.0. I'm interested in Modern Warfare 3 coming out this fall. So if anyone doesn't really know the video game side of things, Call of Duty has consumed me since DMZ. Has blown my mind. It's an adventuring, like looter, shooter, a looter, shooter, extraction shooter, whatever you want to call it. So you have like missions, you need to dive in, get loot. You're fighting against players and AI and trying to get out alive. I freaking love that gameplay loop. So I'm a Call of Duty like big fan of Call of Duty. Okay, even if it's only like half hour, I probably play it almost every single day to escape. I still love it to this day. They're doing a great job with it lately, and I love the Modern Warfare stuff. So when they announced the board game, and surprise, I really like board games. It's my job, playing and commentating and reviewing and unboxing, whatever we do here. Content creator of board games. So I'm a heavy COD fan and a heavy board gaming fan, okay? So when they announced Arcane Wonders says we're doing a Call of Duty board game, and it's based on my favorite Call of Duty of all time, Modern Warfare 2019, okay? My favorite. I love that version of the game, except for the slide canceling, could go to hell. But other than that, I love that game. Solid game. And I was like, okay, they're making a board game. And Mel knows I went crazy. I'm like, I wonder if they're doing like a Warzone kind of thing, or a DMZ kind of thing, or a co-op, or raids, or single player adventures and missions in it, like an adventuring game with like, story and scenes and chapters and acts. And imagine if they added the campaign, but then a co-op thing where like we could be fighting waves, and like just thinking of all the ways I would make Call of Duty into a board game. And the last thing I ever thought they would make into a board game, like I thought DMZ too. I was like, imagine they were ahead of the curve. And they've already come up with like a kind of a DMZ module expansion mode or something, playing like that extraction and like going in a run, a raid and having missions and trying to get out alive and have everything trying to kill you. And I would love it. But no, these dumbasses pick the most boring. Yes, it used to be the most popular aspect of Call of Duty, but the only reason Call of Duty is still the most popular video game every single year except for the years that Grand Theft Auto releases one. The biggest selling video games almost every single year are Call of Duties. And the reason why is now not because of 6v6, not because the boring little shoot and die, run around the corner, shoot and die, capture the flag maybe, or sit on a hard point, or shoot and die. No, that mindless little quick 6v6 stuff, yes, people still play it, but that is not the exciting part of Call of Duty. That stuff's been done over and over and over again since like the Call of Duty came out, okay? The core Call of Duty formula is boring. I don't want that in a board game. I don't need it. They turned it into a 1v1 programming game, rolling dice, snooze fest, boring. As soon as I saw it as a board game fan, bored. As a Call of Duty fan, offended. Boring. The most boring thing in Call of Duty, of all the stuff Call of Duty does, all the many modes Call of Duty has available, that's what you spent your time developing. To me, it sounds like, just like we were talking about IPs and licensing, they spend so much money getting that license, so much time waiting for emails coming back, approving things. I think they kind of tried to keep the scope down so small and so basic, and they think the Call of Duty audience, I guess, which maybe they are, maybe we are a little bit, not so bright, I don't know. But they try to keep this like simple ass game of just rolling dice and programming and moving around and do you have line of sight? I shot you, let me roll some dice, It's like, it just seemed boring, like a little skirmish game trying to emulate the 6v6, boring, okay, not interested. At first, they sent emails to me saying, Rob, you want a private demo of this? And I went, let me look into this game, because it's coming out to Kickstarter. I watched playthrough videos of it. I probably spent 3 or 4 hours online reading to make sure I wasn't missing anything, watching playthrough videos, watching the marketing guys at Arcane Wonders demo this game. And I was like, I don't want to waste a minute of looking at it at Gen Con. And then I saw they launched on Kickstarter. So I spent like half hour browsing the Kickstarter page. I threw up in my mouth a little bit to see that literally one core set of $50 US, by the way, includes only enough components to play 2 players with no variety. Of course, they probably have stretch goals planned to actually make it a full box that feels like some value. Or you buy a red or blue box cover to get a couple different characters in a single map. So to me, it just screams like, guys, please give us money so we'll get stretch goals going and we'll actually add stuff to the box that we've already made to make it a full game. But that whole skeleton Kickstarter campaign thing and this collector's box BS and these character packs and this, basically you have to spend $3,000 to get like half of a board game, basically, what does it feel like? It's just like cash grab city. It's offensive, it's garbage. I don't even want to after this stream, I will probably never mention this board game again because I feel like even me saying it is giving them too much publicity. I hope this Kickstarter bombs, but because it's got Call of Duty on it, maybe it won't. But I don't know if Call of Duty fans and board game fans really cross over that often.
I would not think so. Maybe a few, I'm sure, but I wouldn't think so.
I love competitive board gaming, right? I love competitive card gaming. So I think that comes from me also liking competitive sports and also competitive Call of Duty playing against people online and stuff.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, out of all the things, imagine they took it and went, all right, let's take the single player campaign of Modern Warfare 2019 or the co-op or something. Let's make a scenario based game. Picture Cloudspire making the co-op scenarios handling waves of enemies or doing different missions and puzzles with different rules and scenarios like you do in the co-op of Call of Duty. Or the single player of Call of Duty, right? Where it's here's this mission. You gotta drive this tank or get it through to the end and you're getting attacked. But the next mission, you're diving out of a building and doing this and scenarios and interesting things that are changing up. Exciting discovery. Not a boring freaking trying to be fast and loose for idiots skirmish game. With programming, Call of Duty is speed in 6v6. And they picked a programming game, which is just screams slow. The slowest mechanics ever on a 1v1 shooter. Seemed lame. Again, I've never played it, so you can laugh at me if you played it and it's your favorite game. This is just my opinion. I don't know anything. Take it with a grain of salt. This is just how I feel, okay? Because people care for some reason, but you shouldn't. Because it might be your favorite game, might be perfect for your audience. You might be a Call of Duty fan, and you only play 6v6, and you want a 1v1 tabletop skirmish game. I don't know. But anyways, not interested. Don't want to waste any minute of that. I'd rather be sitting here, I don't know, staring at the wall than spending any minute at Gen Con looking at the game, talking about the game. And already you guys made me talk about it. I was trying to not even say anything about it because I'm not interested. And I should be interested.
I know, you want it to be interested.
I want it to be so interested. The raids mode in the latest Call of Duty, they could have made a freaking raid adventure They could have made a tiny little campaign book. They should have been an adventure game with, you know, the modern shooting elements and, you know, line of sight. It could have been like even a dungeon crawling kind of game, but with like, you know, the constant waves and things. Like, I picture something like Street Masters even to make it more of like a skirmishy style game, right? Like, they could have used so many other types of games and basically slap the Call of Duty license on that style of game. But what they did was not the thing. So sorry, designers, but like, I don't know if you play Call of Duty or you're just paid to like kind of turn an IP quickly into a board game and quickly make some cash on Kickstarter using the Call of Duty name. But it feels like a lazy ass crash grab from people who don't know what they're doing, in my opinion. Okay, in my opinion. So there's your rant. There's your rant on that one. So yeah, it just frustrates me because I want to love it, I want to like it, I want to get behind it, but I can't. But I still get to play Call of Duty, and that's awesome. And Call of Duty is great. So maybe I don't even need a board game of Call of Duty because I like the Call of Duty that they're making right now and how they're building it and everything. I know it has its issues. Anyone who plays it knows there's bugs, knows there's issues. But freaking DMZ, man, I freaking love that stuff. I'll show you guys one time on a private stream. We'll play on the channel. I'll show you guys DMZ, and I'll show you like why I have passion for it. And Mel plays it with me.
I do.
And friends play it with me. Like, we play with randoms online. Like, it's fun communicating their AI in the environment and just all trying to get different missions done or not get missions done. Maybe you're just in there trying to kill people and steal their dog tags and get out alive, or find some loot and level up with that loot and find better armor. And yeah, it's so cool. It feels very RPG-ish in the Call of Duty universe. But yeah, if you're interested in that stuff, look it up. If you haven't played Call of Duty in like a decade, that's what the board game is trying to emulate. Old ass Call of Duty, not new cool Call of Duty, okay? So even though it's based on 2019, I don't know, but that didn't have DMZ, so yeah, it's just,
that would be a fun private stream, of us just playing DMZ.
That's what I want to do, and just show them like how it's fun. But I know it's not for everybody.
Imagine if there is people that watch the channel.
I know. I want to play with the
like,
third.
You guys can play with us.
I asked in our Discord a couple times. I'm like, anyone play DMZ? Just to see if anyone was biting, because we could use a third sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, YouTube's getting some poor data. Is the Wi-Fi being silly?
It looks like the stream is still good. It might look like it lowered the quality a tad, but I think we're good now. It just looks like it refreshed it.
Yeah, we're in like an area that has decent Wi-Fi, it said, but I see the bars kind of dropping on my laptop a little bit. So it's like, I don't know, we're not moving, so I don't know how it keeps going up and down, but maybe because other people are here. It
looks like everything's still good. It just looks like it dipped the quality a little bit, and hopefully that will be okay for everyone.
Okay, let's see. So James asking, did you see anything about Marvel Champions Next Evolution expansion? So with the FFG and how they run events now, and how they used to run events back in the day, I kind of lost interest in doing those kind of events. We used to love when we played Lord of the Rings LCG or Arkham Horror, any of those kind of games. They would do events where they make a scenario for Gen Con and then release it later at retail. A new exclusive scenario, you bring your own cards, you play the scenario, it's super fun, the designers are here, all that stuff. They still have the designers here, but now they just pull like a scenario out of the Marvel box, you play it, and then it's like you might get a promo, but you don't get to take home the scenario, but you're still paying money to just bring your own cards and play the game here. So since I have Marvel Champions at home, I would just stay home and play it. I don't need to build decks, spend all that time and bring them here like I did last year to play a Marvel Champions scenario that I could just play later at home.
Yeah.
That's nothing special and nothing different. They used to put more effort into it, but it feels like lazy what they do now. So I'm just not interested in that. But of course, Star Wars Unlimited was like brand new. They made demo decks specifically for this, yada, yada. So that seemed interested. I was more about the new.
Yeah, I was curious.
So Marvel Champions, yes, there's new stuff coming out, but like it'll be in stores in a couple weeks or whatever. So it's like, I don't want to spend the time on that old stuff here. Just kidding. But yeah, I just didn't want to go play it because last year's demo, it was fun playing with everybody. But the fact they were like, here, play the Sabretooth scenario. And then I was like, okay, cool. But we don't get to take any of it home? No. Thanks for playing. Bye. Get out of here.
And you don't know any of the information about the mission or the scenario that you're playing. So you might build a deck, which I feel like maybe we did in that one.
Our decks,
they're not
our decks were bad for it. But that happens with the special scenarios too, and that's fine.
Does,
but it was so cool to come to those special scenarios that were brand new for Gen Con. You'd get your pack, you sit down with your friends, everyone gets a pack because they all paid for them.
Yeah.
Same price. And you sit down, you play it, and you have fun. And then you can even take it later and play it in your hotel. You can come back and play on another table, take it home, play it again. It was so fun, and they were so cool, and they were contained. You guys all know these scenario packs. They released them for all the co-op LCGs, but they just kind of stopped doing that. And that was kind of lame. So I kind of didn't care about it. But I think you can play a scenario of it here. But I'll just wait.
Yeah, the other thing is I haven't watched any of the shorts or the whatever they're calling them this year while we've been here.
Yeah,
so I'll
that's
have
true.
to catch up on watching some of that. So some of the information.
I know. You guys probably know more than we do because we're like here, we're busy, we're doing things.
Yeah.
But I know they're streaming every day announcing new things. So I'll watch that stuff when I get home.
Exactly.
Oh, Darren says same. I'm a long-time COD fan. Okay.
Nice.
But that was probably about when I was saying how I was a long-time COD fan.
Yeah.
And Darren says, yeah, they should have made COD into a mission-based co-op game.
Yes! So fun.
Exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
Or at least that's part of it, right? You can have the skirmish part, but most games that do a skirmish always have like an extra mode for like co-op or solo, right? Like you gotta please both those audiences, and you can easily in Call of Duty with like minimal effort probably, right?
Yep.
But they should have started with that. And I was hoping on the Kickstarter day one, I would see a Warzone expansion add-on or a co-op expansion add-on or a single player kind of mission expansion add-on. Maybe that's coming later. But to start with boring old 66 is kind of lame. Anyways. Cyclops says, did you guys enjoy Lorcana or Unlimited more? Mel, what do you think without me saying anything?
Okay.
On the spot.
So I think I like Lorcana more, but here's why I think. They're different in their own respects. But I think right now, I'm excited that I have all these other cards from the booster boxes that we open.
For Lorcana.
For Lorcana, yeah. So I'm super excited to maybe swap in some of those cards and like switch things around and play.
But no, playing both games.
Yeah.
Which did you like better? You've got to play only one of Star Wars Unlimited. You just learned like an hour ago.
Yeah.
And you literally kind of just learned Lorcana like 2 days ago. And today you just played like a couple more games with brand new decks. So you're both in kind of the same stage.
Yeah.
But you have like two more-ish, noobish games under your belt. But you played with different starter decks, so it's still kind of like the same thing as playing that.
Yeah.
But out of just your first impressions on both games, I said you could play this game tonight or this game. Which one would you pick? And which one do you have more fun with? Which one do you want to play more of?
It's very hard, and I'll tell you why.
Pick one. No, I'm just joking.
It's very hard.
Pick one.
It's very hard. I feel like Star Wars has more depth and more strategic decision, but the Disney Lorcana felt lighter. Now, I feel like with maybe expansions or as it evolves.
But both will evolve and get more
Yes,
complicated and get keywords and
Yes, and that will be where the
mechanics and
strategy and that comes into Lorcana. So right now it may be slightly basic, and I could see myself getting a little bit bored with it. And I feel like there's more depth in Star Wars.
Yeah.
But there was some nostalgia that we were feeling the last 2 days of opening all those Lorcana. So it's very hard. So right now I would probably say Lorcana, but I'm excited for the Star Wars.
Yeah, so Edward's stealing my answer that I usually give. Why not both? Why are we choosing?
Yeah, why are
We're
we
not choosing.
But I'm kind of giving a non-answer answer by saying like, I like Lorcana now because I can play it now and I'll play Star Wars later. So I'm kind of saying we want both.
So here's what I'll say with this. So again, they're both lifestyle games. So some people can only choose really one to get into.
Yeah.
But one's not out for like a year or 6 months or so, at least. And another one's out like in the next couple weeks, you know, in like a month at the latest. So with CCGs, any of these LCGs or any lifestyle board game, tabletop game, miniature war game, whatever, you can invest in and try out. And usually there's like kind of a low level, you can get in on starter decks or whatever. Play the game for a while, go to starter deck tournaments, maybe buy a couple boosters, play some draft or sealed events, which were announced for Lorcana recently, how that format's going to work. But yeah, you can play those games and then leave them at any time and jump in the next one that comes along. I've seen people do that a lot. I've started doing that kind of more. So that's why some people want to choose. But these games are kind of apples and oranges. They are both CCGs. They're both going to be booster packs, collectibles, pre-releases, tournaments, all this kind of jazz. I know they didn't do a pre-release for Lorcana, but they're looking into doing that for the next set, maybe. But you know what I mean. All that kind of stuff, the draft, the sealed, I'm sure that's all going to be a thing. Because I think they even mentioned that in the Star Wars Unlimited, the draft stuff's possible, I think.
So Star Wars Limited getting booster boxes,
all
and
that
packs
shit,
and all
man.
that same thing.
It is the same kind of market, CCG.
Oh no!
But again, one is made for 8 years and older.
Yeah.
It's more of a family game based on Disney IPs. That's afraid to use the word fight or all that kind of stuff. It's meant to be more fun and goofy and whatever. It's goofy. it's more of a family weight CCG, more of an intro level CCG, at least for now, till again they expand the crap out of it, I'm sure. But Star Wars is aimed at more of like the Star Wars fan, and it's an FFG game, and usually it's aimed at more of the mature gamer, sort of. We're not really, no one's mature in this hobby, but you know what I mean. Because the Star Wars fan, right? Like there's still kids that love Star Wars and families that love Star Wars. It's a Disney property now, right? But there are a lot, like the fans we see playing a Star Wars game at Gen Con, we see what the audience is versus the fans that are playing a Disney game at Gen Con, right?
Yeah.
There's still some crossover, of course, as I'm playing both and loving both. I understand that, but it's like apples and oranges that one's going after kind of a different audience than the other, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yes, for me, why not both? I can dabble in both casually, you know, still have fun with them. I probably will only focus on one at a time.
Which is good because next one's not coming out for a year, so we'll focus on this a little bit. So I'm not saying that we're going to buy booster boxes after booster boxes of either one.
But if I had to choose, I would pick Star Wars Unlimited 99 out of 100 times, every time, every day, based on my limited experience with both this weekend. Star Wars Unlimited just blew my mind. Like, it's simple. It's got similarities to Lorcana and kind of an entry weight card game. But most FFG core sets of games or starter packs of games do. So we're playing starter pack versus starter pack, basically. But the whole space combat and initiative things, it has a lot of things in other games, just that extra layer of complexity and strategic depth and decision trees and decision points that I look for, that really feel clever and I like want to master and want to learn. And I'm sure Lorcana has that at the higher level, but not
yet.
It won't even be close to what this thing will get to too either. But again, apples and oranges, different audiences. One's trying to do that and the other's not. So, but like, they both seem pretty fast. They both seem kind of cool, and I love them both. But we'll dabble with Lorcana for now, and other games. We're going to play other card games too. There's a couple here I want to grab, just some contained ones that I like. I like these 2-player card battling games and stuff, right? I'm always looking to try different ones, play them, so I don't have to choose. But if you were to tell me I could play one tonight, or you know you want to meet up tomorrow and play one, I'm going to pick Star Wars Unlimited right now. Because that was freaking awesome, and I want to play more of it. Like, even just those 2 demo decks or whatever, like, let us do it again.
Yeah, like
and
swap
again.
and then try
Not
again.
even, just again. Like, I just want to play like, let me shuffle it. They would have let us play again if we wanted to.
Yeah, because we still had half an hour,
we still had plenty of time, They had empty tables. They would have kept letting us play, no problem. But, but I already was like, just like with the Chip Theory games, it's like, cool, thanks for the demo. I can't play this game for a freaking year or whatever.
Yeah.
Hurry the F up, give me my damn game. I don't want to demo it anymore. I get the idea. I'm sold. You sold me, all right? I'm sold. I'm going to go do something else. But Star Wars Unlimited was awesome. For what it is, it's awesome. Like, I love Keyforge for, like, the approachability and the craziness in it. And it feels like Star Wars is, like, the theme is there. And it seems like it can be fast and nutty and crazy, too. But, like, still grounded. Still kind of serious, still fun. I like it.
Yeah.
But I didn't play Destiny, so if you guys are looking at it like, damn, they're just remaking Destinies or something. I didn't play Star Wars Destiny, so to me it's new. So maybe I'm like, you guys are thinking I'm like excited for a game that everyone's played already. But for me, it felt new and fresh and interesting. But it's still a competitive card game, which there's always similarities, right? How much new stuff can you do? You just have to kind of make it match the theme, and that's what I'm looking for. But yeah. Just reading the chat. You guys are funny. Sada says, what's your thoughts on Eldritch Horror and maybe getting a second edition for it? It's 10 years old this year. I was hoping an announcement for a new one. I feel it's coming, and I would be open to it any day. I still need to go back and play more Eldritch Horror. We just played the core set. I'm so behind on that. I still need to play with some of the expansions to see the game that you guys all love. I know that game's loved, but they're over there remarketing it as, repackaging it as Marvel Dagger, and I'm not interested at all with that game. Something about it, just I'm not interested. But I want to love Eldritch Horror, so guys, I don't need a second edition yet. I'm still not even, I gotta get back to the first one and dabble with it. It's just too many games coming out all the time, hard to keep up. But
yeah, we got into it late, so.
But again, a second edition comes, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'll just play that. That's fine. I wouldn't be upset. But yeah, they probably will do something. Okay. Daniel, I'm not sure. Daniel said, I've really vibed with your top 5 things that annoyed me at Gen Con last year. What are your hottest 2023 Gen Con take? What's your, okay. The thing that's pissed me off the most, my hottest take, my thing that annoyed me the most so far is it feels way too packed in here especially in the exhibit hall.
Yeah.
The aisles feel like they've shrunk, but they haven't. It's just record-setting year, sellout year, 85,000+ supposedly. We'll find out when Gen Con's finished. They'll announce that in a press release. But it is hot, sweaty, packed of people just bumping each other, stopping in aisles. They have carts. Everyone's banging into each other. I can't even stop to look at half the booths I want to look at because they all have crowds, and I can't even get down some of the aisles. So I would just give up. I wanted to get out of the dealer hall or exhibit hall so many times. I hated in there this year. It's this Gen Con, like that's my favorite place to go, guys. I love going in that place, but I just hate it this year. Hate it. Even when the Lorcana line's packed, I go in the exhibit hall and it's wall to wall insanity, and I just don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. I just want to get out. So this Gen Con has turned into I'm hiding in gaming areas, playing games, streaming with you guys, which makes it kind of different because usually I go to Gen Con as consumer, demo this for me, let me buy that, let me demo that, let me buy that. But now I'm just doing ticketed events to hide away from the exhibit hall. And I wanted to go line up for games and buy other games, but I don't want to now. I'd rather just order these games later online or not order them at all. So for those publishers that come to Gen Con and spend a ton of money on a booth, and we're hoping someone like me walked by and took some video of their game or played their game, the fact that the Gen Con exhibit hall is not big enough or wide enough or was prepared to handle the onslaught of people that they obviously sold tickets for, I'm sorry, you missed an opportunity. I'm not coming to your booth, I'm not filming your game, I'm not playing your game, I'm not talking about your game. So reach out to me, but I couldn't get down your aisle to even play your game or look at your game because the aisles were so packed with people that I just didn't want to be in there. So it looks cool for the hobby, but I saw lots of frustrated people in there, and everyone I talked to so far, I feel bad for some of the new people that came this year because they're like, Rob, the exhibit hall is annoying. It's shitty in there. I don't want to be in there. And I said, me neither. This is not what I experienced. This was experienced a little bit during 2019 when that was a record-setting year, but that was like 70,000 versus 85,000+ this year.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know what's going on, man. Even the aisles where there's like not popular booths where we would sneak around to get through the hall faster, you can't do that anywhere. It is wall-to-wall jam-packed in there. It is insane.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And I just don't want to be in there. I don't want to buy anything. I don't want to demo anything in there. I'm done. So I'm only demoing and playing the things that I pre-scheduled or whatever. So that's the thing that annoyed me. That's my hottest take of Gen Con this year. Also, too many damn Earth, nature, pet, ecosystem. I want to be Terraforming Mars, Wingspan, Ark Nova, Earth type games here. Tons of that stuff. Everyone's just like just following the trends of the previous years. It feels like a lot.
Yeah, it's like this sold, so let's reskin it into this.
Yeah. Feels a lot of samey stuff is the thing here so far.
Yeah, because I think one of the problems is they keep expanding in other areas. Like they're going into Lucas Oil Stadium, into different hotels and conference centers and all of that.
But the dealer hall's not going in there.
The dealer hall's not doing anything. And the same amount of people are just trying to like jam into this small space. Mm-hmm. It is absolutely terrible.
And maybe it's part of last year we came and they had less exhibitors, and exhibitors canceled a lot, and there was less people last year.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe it's a drastic thing. Like maybe it wasn't so bad to us when we went from like 27, 18, 19, it was like slowly, right?
Yeah, like a gradual increase.
But we went from 2022 where it was like pretty heavily attended.
Yeah, like 60,000, I think, wasn't it?
But again, there was big wide open spaces. The aisles felt bigger, but maybe it's just less people. And I got to go to all the booths I want to do. I got to see all the things in the exhibit hall I want to see. I got to buy things, demo things, talk to people demoing games. But man, in there, I can't even stand and pick up a game and read the back of a box without being like bumped from behind and the bag hitting me and someone stepping on my foot and someone pushing in front of me and trying to get in the booth. And then I can't even talk to the employee because there's like so many people crowded around everywhere. And these are like booths that have nothing cool. The cool booths are even worse. No offense, there are some booths, that don't have anything for me that are, every booth has something cool for somebody, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that's how I feel. But yeah. Edward says the aisles haven't shrunk. After COVID, the people have gotten wider. No comment. And I can't talk. We all can't talk. But anyways, yeah.
But the bags are still annoying.
Yeah, the bags, the carts, the luggage cases, everyone's wheeling around everywhere. That's still a thing. The exhibit hall has outgrown Indy. Where to next? No, it hasn't outgrown Indy. They can expand the exhibit hall, which they've done over the years. The exhibit hall has expanded, is expanded into the gaming hall. And it still expand more into the gaming hall. There's nothing stopping it. There's just dividers. They move out of the way and they can make more booths and more carpet. They literally just need to make the exhibit hall larger. They need to erase a few aisles widen all the aisle, like erase a few vendor booth aisles, widen all the aisles by like a foot or something, and just add a few more aisles into the gaming hall as they've been doing. I remember going to my first Gen Con 2013, the gaming hall was not near as big as it was, and expanded in the gaming area. I remember playing tournaments where there are now 6 aisles of vendor booths, like back in the day. And they have more, we're sitting in the gaming hall right now, right beside the exhibit hall. I can see where they can expand to. I can see where there could be booths. It can go, the gaming area can triple itself in this space, if not quadruple itself. It just means all these gaming areas for publishers will have to go to Lucas Oil and other hotels and other venues in the city. So I don't know if it's outgrown it. They just might have to cut down on some of that stuff if they want to expand it or make it safer. But yeah, it was a mess.
Yeah, one of the other things that I think could have been done is they use the side rooms. They do use them, which is great. And they have publishers set up in there. They can demo and, some of them are selling in there. But I think they should use them for some of these bigger publishers that have big releases and sell them out of there and have specific lineups that are not inside the gaming hall, not inside the dealer hall, and have the dealer hall more, not necessarily for smaller publishers, because you still need to have some of these bigger ones there, but
here's
they
the
need
problem
to use
with that.
some more efficiently.
Here's the problem with your logic, and I know this from being in like retail and stuff, so picture these like power center kind of strip malls that get built nowadays, right? There's these like kind of like malls had it too back in the day, but there's like kind of like your anchor store or your prime store.
Yeah.
So in the exhibit hall is the equivalent of like, here is a, I don't know, name sought after store. Let's say a Walmart or something highly trafficked, right?
Right.
So Walmart, the company who owns the property will sell spots or booths in this case, or store footage, square footage for your store, retail space, based on you saying, we're also going to have a Costco here, or a Sam's Club, or a Walmart, or a grocery store, something that foot traffic will be brought there for some other reason, and that will bring in other clients because they want to be near where that foot traffic is, that space is, share a parking lot, share a eye line, right?
Yep.
So that's the beauty of the exhibit hall. Little tiny publishers now get to be beside the Asmodees and beside these other guys. So the idea is they will pay big money, so they're in the same place where you and me are coming to look at FFG games or chip theory games. We're going to also now wander by other booths we would have never heard of, and they get exposure.
Yeah.
So you can't separate these guys from these guys. It all still needs to be kind of together. You want to shop, come in here and browse, and you see it all there. I just wish there was more of that side room stuff and that event area stuff where they could sell you the game. Like, I wish I could play Star Wars Unlimited, for example, and let's say it was for sale. I wish after I could have the option right now, do you want to buy it? Like, I could go demo Twilight Inscription I see here, or Descent. And, oh, they are showing the new Descent. I just noticed that. Did you see that?
I did see that, yeah. Yeah, but there was...
Look at this. I just noticed this, guys. I don't know if you can see that there. Maybe not. I don't know if you can see that.
I'll tell you in a second. You can kind of see it. The purple.
It's way back there, right?
Yeah.
So that purple area, they're doing like little private demos of Descent in there. I don't know if it's the first Descent or the second, but the signs are for the second. Excuse me. But anyways, I wish you could do that, because then it would keep people out of there for that. Like, I wish I could just sign up for demos. Like I see in chat, Michael saying, I wanted to demo some things, but it's so damn loud in there you can't even concentrate.
Oh, that's the other problem.
That's true. You're trying to get like a 5-minute demo of a game, and they're yelling at you, but there's like 100 people yelling around you. That's why I like now signing up for these like demo events. So Michael, your best bet is when the event ticket system opens, now try to get events for games you're interested in. I know the problem with that is you don't know all the games that are going to be here. And the beauty of the exhibit hall is you can go in there, see a game you didn't even know was here, and get a quick little 2-turn demo of it or an explanation of it. But if you're trying to sign up for a ticket event, sometimes they don't even have those, and you have to know about the game in advance, which not all games you know about in advance,
Yeah.
But those are my favorite now. Is just go sit down for like a 1 hour, learn to play or whatever, and it's more quiet. It's in a gaming area or sometimes a private room, and you just have some volunteer for the thing, like explain the game and playing through a whole session of the game. So those are my favorite ways to do it now. But I used to love going to an exhibit hall and just going booth to booth and like, show me your game, demo your game for me, teach me it quickly, give me the sales pitch, show me a couple turns, sell me on it. But yeah, it is too packed in there, too busy, no thanks. So that's too bad. Yeah, CGE's setup is very nice. This is what I'm talking about, the private, quiet rooms, right?
Yeah.
Just take me away from the exhibit hall to show me your game. You know, they should. I know some booths do that though too. They have the game set up and they're like, you want demos? Go to room such and such. But that's expensive, right? To have a private room or a gaming hall area plus a booth space in the exhibit hall. So it's like, how much can some of these guys spend? Not everyone can do that, right? Obviously, CGE is making some bank, right? Maybe they're charging a little too much for Lost Ruins Arnak. You think of that? I'm just kidding.
I think they're sponsor here, right? Aren't they?
Yeah. They make big money, those guys.
Yeah.
They make big money. They're everywhere. They're throwing around cash here at Gen Con for sure. Let's see here.
Michael, you might have better luck. I see that you're Sunday, at least, well, the morning is still a little bit busy, but sometimes as the day wraps up on Sunday, it's a little bit quieter, so you might get a demo in then.
Yeah, Edward's saying the gaming hall needs to shrink again. It's not like the early days of Magic and Pokemon back in the 90s and 2000s, where 256 people in a tournament each day was a thing. Yeah, we had that though in the mid 2015 or so. Like we had 200 plus people in some of our Game of Thrones tournaments, 750 in our L5R tournament. Yeah. But Magic area is kind of big this year. Wizards of the Coast is back here. They're running big Magic events. They have a food truck and everything. They're promoting their stuff all over the place. But there's lots of miniature wargaming in here. There's lots of smaller games too. So I'd like to say, yeah, it can have a shrink. But then it's like some of those beautiful little demos where you actually get to sit down and play a game with less noise would be gone. So, but yeah, it's like, it's that balance. Not everyone likes the exhibit hall. Not everyone likes the gaming hall. You know, not everyone likes the private gaming rooms and stuff. But like, you got to have a bit of all of that, I think.
So then what I'm hearing then is they just need to shrink attendance. There's they're letting too many people because they're expanding the areas. Yeah. But they're, with the dealer hall not expanding, there's still too many people in one contained area.
Yeah, Michael,
even though everywhere is busy.
Michael's saying, I find the last 2 hours weren't quite as bad so far, Thursday and Friday. Usually it is less busy. Yeah, go around dinner time in the exhibit hall. It's usually not as busy. And after, that's good. But that sucks when you come here and it's open only for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
8 hours a day. And you can only go in it for like 2 and feeling okay. And then sometimes you're trying to demo a game, but they're like exhausted. People are left, you know, like it's not the best experience. Like I want to be able to go in there whenever I want during that 8 hours and get things done. And Sunday afternoon's usually pretty good, but usually by then everyone's exhausted, tired, they just want to go home. So you don't get the like excitement sometimes when you're demoing a game. Plus you're tired too, right? So it's like, it's tough. It's a tough thing.
Yeah.
I wish the exhibit hall was open longer actually. Then that would spread out people going in there maybe, and people might do some more events in the day and maybe shop in the evening or go early in the morning and say it was open at 8 a.m. and stayed open till 10 p.m., let's say. But they don't do that. I think they should extend the hours, right?
But that's a problem for the publishers, right? And demoers.
Yeah, I was talking about, like, yeah, because then people are working longer than 8 hours and they got to pay overtime and all that stuff.
Or you have to have, like, changing in shifts and stuff. And I don't know what they do.
I can go to any other business in the area that's open late and open early, and they can staff themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
So I find that kind of a BS excuse. But I really think the problem is they've limited the dealer hall to, like, only that 8 hours a day for only 4 days of the con. Makes it like that exclusive thing and everyone wants to get like everything going, as too many people are hitting it all at once.
Yeah.
But if they just wind the hours and let people to browse leisurely and not feel rushed and like there's time running out, then it'd be better, I think.
Here's a thought too. What if publishers, instead of doing a daily allotment, everybody has to run, they do almost like time point releases. So like, okay, we're going to have so many at 10, we're having so many at 12, so many at 3, and so many at 5 before the dealer hall closes. So take that same allotment for the day, but spread it out over the whole day, and you don't necessarily have everybody running in the morning then.
True.
I don't know if it would work, but...
Maybe. I don't know. They got to figure out something though, but yeah. Maybe they just want a packed exhibit hall. Maybe they love that. I don't know.
I mean, it probably makes good news in TV.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if we've mentioned that they sold out of the 4-day badges and they sold out of badges for Saturday, which is today.
Yep.
So it is completely sold out today.
Yeah.
We didn't go in the dealer hall at all today because it would be obviously a madhouse.
Yeah, we literally didn't go in there at all today.
Not at all.
I don't think I've ever come to Gen Con and knock on in there.
Unless we had a tournament or something.
No, but even on a tournament, if we got like a 1 hour break for lunch, I go through there, I go check some things, I buy something I need.
Yeah. We didn't even cut through at all.
Yep.
We just,
I avoided it like the plague.
Yep. I mean, we still had a great day.
Amazing day.
Yeah, it was a great day. Maybe that's why. Because we can go in there.
Seriously. So now I'm going to only come to Gen Con, open booster boxes, play CCGs on stream,
No, don't say
sign
that.
up for demo events of games that won't be out in a year. That's it.
That's it, yeah.
That's it. That's all I'm going to do from now on.
And then stream.
Yeah, and stream with you guys, just chatting about Gen Con and complaining about everything.
Yeah, so Jacko has a good point. Says pre-order pickup was a big winner for me. Wish more of them had did that. Yeah, that's also something that helps alleviate some of that congestion at the booth, especially if they have rooms for you to be able to pick up those pre-orders.
Yeah,
you don't have to go into the booth. You can go to a room at the side and pick that up. So, I wish more publishers did that as well.
So, Mike, I assume your drive home was good, or Jacko?
Oh yeah,
I assume your drive home was good?
He's already at home. He was at home earlier today. Posted his haul photo.
I know, but I just
we gotta catch up on Discord.
I just didn't ask about the drive home. There was no highway closures or truck fires anywhere or anything.
That's good.
I hope it was nice and chill. But yeah, man, this got me riled up. I was sitting here with Mel, let's just do a recap, kind of winding down the day. I still wanted to stream later maybe, or play games, but I get on stream and I was getting tired. I'm like, maybe we should go for dinner first, then do our stream. But now I'm on stream and you guys got me all fired up talking about this stuff.
Yeah, it wakes you up a little bit.
Allenback says, write a Gen Con management letter of suggestions.
I mean,
I'll just send an email to a couple of the Gen Con employees that watch our streams and say, hey, go back and watch this. Here, I bookmarked it for you. Here's the link. Watch just this 20 minutes here.
I think Gen Con is going to have enough angry people complaining about just Lorcana in general. We don't need to add to that stress.
Yeah. And
I do feel bad.
And just a note on that too, if I don't get invited to Gen Con next year, I don't get approved for a press badge, then they didn't like any of my suggestions or my feedback, okay? That's FYI.
Yep.
But they do send out a survey after Gen Con. I have filled it out a few years.
Yeah, they do.
But I didn't fill it out last year, I don't think. Because I was it's a COVID year, it's a weird year. I love what they did. I made a video about what I liked about Gen Con and I made a video about what I didn't like about Gen Con. I'm sure they saw that.
Beyond their control.
Yeah.
But even so.
But even if a couple people saw it and made some changes, I think it's for the better, or at least think about some of these things, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Our job here is done. Yes, Edward.
Exactly.
Yeah, get me all riled up. But what else have we done other than walking everywhere? Trying to recharge our batteries between all these streams and games and stuff.
It kind of feels like a blur, which is weird,
yeah.
right? We go through a day and then we get to the end of the day and what did we even do today? And the fact that we're not sleeping very much is very taxing on the brain and my memory. So I might remember things later.
That's true. My first night, 5-ish hours. Second night, even went back early to the hotel, couldn't sleep, started working on thumbnails and scheduling streams and stuff. Scheduling unlisted streams.
Oh, yeah.
And just trying to plan for the next day and pack and get ready, bring the equipment and stuff. I ended up still only getting 5.5 hours sleep. Then last night, again, tried to go back to the hotel a little bit earlier. Also said to myself, I don't need to be here as early. Still, for some reason, 6.5 hours of sleep. Got up at 7, even though I set the alarm for 8. Couldn't sleep. I get excited too, like a little kid for Gen Con every day. I have the advantage now of seeing viewers here, people, community members in the channel. So knowing that they're going to be there before me and everyone's chilling and having fun makes me want to come. So they were all in the gaming hall today, some of the community members, and they were like, yeah, we're going to meet there at 8. We're going to play games all day. None of us have events. That's heaven. I just want to go there and hang out. So we did.
Yeah, we did.
And we streamed and all that. So I was I couldn't sleep. Once I woke up and I saw the sun was out, I was like, oh, well, I might as well get up and start getting ready. I was like, Mel, you can stay in bed. She's like, no, I'll get ready. Let's do this.
Well, it's funny because we set our alarm for a time, and then it seems like every day we're waking up 2 hours before that set alarm, and we're like, okay, well, I guess we're just going to start the process.
No, Keith, it is not 831. It's 631. No, it's 621. 621 is the rule. 6 hours sleep, which I did one night, but not the other 2. I don't even listen to my damn rules, so don't listen to my planning videos. I'm a liar. I don't even do what I tell myself to do. I don't even tell you guys. I'm a big hypocrite. Don't trust me.
Oh, it's not law. It's just recommended. I mean, the one is law.
I also technically, we only eat we eat 2 meals a day.
Yeah, we do.
We eat a nice breakfast, and then we eat sort of a dinner, usually a dinner. It's sometimes too late for dinner, but we eat it. And in the day, we're just snacking out of our backpack.
Yeah.
Where it's fruit, nuts, little meat sticks, jerky, all that kind of stuff. Basically, we're on a hike.
Yeah,
This is what it feels like. Because we're always on the go. We're never sure when we can eat again, and we try to keep energized. But I definitely follow the meal thing pretty much every day. And the shower, let's be clear here. The shower one, I think one of the days I did 2 showers.
Yeah,
okay?
there was a day we did 2 showers.
We did 2 showers in one day, okay?
Yeah, because it's so hot.
So because we did 2 in one day, that got us a freebie for a day later, like 2 days later, right? Is that how that works? No, I'm just joking. Definitely I shower every single day before I leave.
Yep.
Sometimes that's probably the reason why I don't get a copy of a limited board game, because I was just a little too long in the shower. It happens. But real people who want those Lorcana decks, you don't shower.
No, they're sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, you'll miss out on a playmat if you just take that extra 2-minute shower. It's too late.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, survival of the fittest, right?
Yeah, they're like, hotel? Who needs a hotel?
Yeah, plus when you stink in line, people don't want to leave the line, right? So it's like you can move up the line quicker. So that's a pro tip. Next year's planning video, if there is one, that's a pro tip.
Yeah. Mike says more like 4-6-1.
Wait, 4 hours of sleep, 6 meals a day, and 1-ish shower? What do you mean? Like when it's raining outside, that's like your ish shower? Like
I think people are using like
splashing the water at the sink on your face is a shower, or
or the
toilet sprays up a little bit,
or whatever.
Oh, the flush wipes.
I don't know if you are doing
baby
nowadays.
wipes.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Keith says, I'm old. I need more sleep and food. I want to do 831.
Yeah.
But I tried to do 831 this year.
Even 731 would probably be good.
Yeah, I tried, but it didn't work. Too excited, too many things going on. I stressed myself up with playing like unknown. So when I'm doing a demo for a game I've never played before and I'm going in without any knowledge, I always feel like I'm going to get lost in the demo and someone's explaining to me. And I felt that, but both these games we played, like Lorcana and Star Wars Unlimited, I caught on very quickly. The Chip Theory games one, yes, I was so exhausted. I was getting lost. I was getting overwhelmed, but I expect that. It's a Chip Theory game. Even at home, I'm fresh, full of coffee, and I crack open a Chip Theory games rulebook for the first time. Yeah, I'm overwhelmed and I'm lost. It's a thing, right?
Yeah.
I expect to take some practice to learn the game and master the game and understand the game. That's understood. So getting a demo of a Chip Theory game, I don't expect to walk out understanding everything that just happened. It's a thing. Yeah. Cloud Spire, anyone? Okay, no one figured that game out the first time, okay? It's not a thing. Until they added the tutorial, I guess. But yeah, so I tried to do the 8 hours of sleep. I tried to avoid the Lorcana FOMO stuff and getting in line. But it was part of the fun of this year's Gen Con of just saying like, hey, Lorcana's the big game there. I knew months ago. I said it. I said, Mel, I love CCGs. Let's just go and make that our focus for fun, maybe. But if it's too crazy, let's not. And we made that decision on the fly that morning when we got up. We decided to go down. We weren't even sure the night before we would do it. But I was always like, man, maybe let's not make it the usual. Let's not make it the usual buying mediocre games, bringing them home, then losing interest in some of them, regretting some of them. And let's not run to publisher's booth asking for review copies. Let's not do that. Let's not care. Let's just go after what we're interested in. Let's go quality over quantity, the way I usually like to do things. And let's just go after the things we want. And it's kind of cool that they're doing the Lorcana launch here. I wanted to support that. I like supporting the prepay for games online and pick them up. I like that. And yeah, that's the way it changed my opinion of Gen Con this year. And I wanted to do it a little different. I've done this like 8 times before. I wanted this one to be a little different. Some of it was forced different. Some of it wasn't. But yeah, still had fun. It's just weird.
Yeah.
But I still love it. And like I always say, Gen Con, there's so many things to do. You can't do everything. Always try something new. Always try to approach it a different way. At least try one thing new. Because yeah, there's so many things here. You could keep coming year after year and approach it different and tweak a few things and try some new things and meet some new people. And it doesn't matter. By the end of it, I always had fun. So like I try to just let go and let the ride take me where it goes sometimes.
Which we've definitely done this year.
But I definitely stressed myself out a little bit, and that probably like trying to control it and organize it. I couldn't do it this year. It's so crazy. So that stressed me out a little bit. Trying to just like not sure if I was going to stream things and whatever. But it's been fun doing it like last year where we're just like, should we stream?
Yeah.
I don't know if we should stream this. Should we stream that? Should we stream this? Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Who cares? Let's just try and have fun. So it's been fun.
Yeah, it has been fun for sure.
But we still have tomorrow. A full day tomorrow till 4 p.m. No, I guess it's not truly a full day, but it's still a full day for us because we'll be here from probably like 9 or 10 till 4 p.m. till it closes. I'm staying till close.
Yep.
So maybe we'll get some time in the exhibit hall tomorrow afternoon is maybe my hope. and maybe I'll get to find some of those cool booths of publishers I don't know about, or the publishers I'd like that are here that I didn't know were here. It reminds me of one thing. Anyone who watched our Explore It coverage, I had a cool moment. I talked about this last year when you meet a publisher or designer of a game you're like not played, and you hear their story, or you played a bunch of games of a publisher or designer, you've emailed a friend online and played tons of games with them, but you've never seen them in person. I had one of those funny moments for like a split second, but anyone who knows the Explore It series on the channel, I've played their games on the channel. I love their games. I've worked with Jonathan. He was like, the CEO, publisher, designer, all these hand in all of this Explore It stuff. But we're just walking through the gaming hall over here, not far from here. And then someone yelled, Rob, which happens a lot. And usually it's someone like, I love your channel. I've seen you on, or I'm so-and-so from your community, or it's someone I know, like, hey, I haven't seen you in a few years. How you been? But this one was like, Rob. And I look over and I did the whole, who the hell are you? I didn't recognize this person. I'm waiting for them to say who they are. I couldn't see a badge. And it's like, it's Jonathan. I'm like, I'm not sure. And you know why I wasn't sure who it was? It was Jonathan Mariucci, who is about the minds behind the Explore It series. He's with his family. He's like, Explore It, Jonathan? This guy, I've only seen him ever on video or calls or emails. And this guy's always wearing a hat and maybe a beard, but it's a hat. But here he was no hat, has long, like kind of flowing-ish hair, and I never knew what color hair it was or anything. So, and I don't know how tall he is, but Jonathan, you're not that tall. Oh, no. I'm sorry, I thought you were taller based on the videos. You were doing some camera angle trickery. I know about this. But anyways, it was nice to see Jonathan. It was just a fun moment where like we've spoken over the years. I played his games. I love his games. We talked through emails. He has an awesome sense of humor. We definitely click. I like what he does. And yeah, he just walked by and says like, I love what you do. And he introduces his family. He's like, this is Rob. You guys know Rob. He streams our games. And they're like, oh, hey, Rob. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, guys, I didn't expect this. And I'm like, why don't you have a booth here? You're just here buying games and stuff? He's like, yeah, maybe next year I'll have a booth. And I was like, yeah, I always look for your booth on the catalog. Where the hell is it, man? And he's like, maybe next year. But yeah, he was just here with his family buying games and chilling and stuff. But it was just weird to see him. Like, I never expect that. So it was a fun little moment. So it's kind of cool. Right. But yeah, hey, Jonathan, if you're watching. But that was a funny one. That was like, caught me off guard. And I just remember being like, who the hell are you? I don't know who you are. And like, should I know you? And that's the way he was looking at me, like, you should know me. But he did not, like, once he started talking, and then once he said it, I realized, and I instantly like visualized the hat on him. And I'm like, oh, Jonathan. Okay. But yeah, it was funny. So yes, hi, Jonathan. Yeah, that was funny.
Edward's asking, have we spotted any food carts or restaurants that seemed interesting?
My backpack was a cool food court that I was eating out of.
Yeah. We did, however, at the block party, we did try the Gen Con pizza.
Yes, I loved it.
Yeah, it was very good. So it was the Queen's Gambit. I think it had...
Queen's Gambit.
Oh, is that what it's called?
The Queen's Gambit.
Oh, shoot.
It has ham on it.
Yeah, it does have ham on it.
And onions and pickles and spicy mustard and barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce is the base. Pulled pork.
Pulled pork,
ham,
yeah.
Onion, pickle.
A whole bunch of stuff.
Spicy mustard on top.
It was good. I always tried it.
It was good.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah.
We had the beer. We had the honey beer stuff.
And
that was good.
The wine. That was very good.
The wine. Yeah, I tried some of that. It was good. We didn't get the Dragon's Blood wine bottle, though.
I know. I did
Was it like super expensive?
I didn't even look at how much it was. We can look when we leave, but I didn't want to have it and like carry it around. I don't.
Oh.
So I was like, I'll just get it one time on my way out.
Yeah, they have like a Dragon's Blood red wine bottle with like a sword and a dragon on it and stuff. It's like an official like Gen Con wine.
Yeah.
Looked really sick. I just like to have it on the shelf or like a background in like future videos or stuff. It'd be cool.
No, I just want to carry it around because I don't think they had bags.
That's true. Yeah, so I'd be like, walking around the bottle the whole time.
Yeah, so I was like, one time on the way out, we'll just grab it. I just got to remember either today or tomorrow.
I want to try that like Frodo.
Oh, the Frodo Baggins burger.
Frodo Baggins burger thing or whatever, but I don't know if I'll get a chance to do that now. I don't know if we'll, yeah.
I guess you could do it tomorrow in the day.
Maybe if it's still there, but it's fine. I'm okay. But one cool thing I noticed in Lucas Oil Stadium, I probably mentioned this on stream maybe.
I don't think so because we...
in Lucas Oil Stadium, there's way more area on the field. They backed up the bleachers, and there's tons more gaming tables down there. It's way bigger, the gaming space down on the field now. Also, upstairs where it's usually dead, where we streamed last year, and why we're not streaming there on Saturday night, looking over Lucas Oil Stadium right now, which we might try to do tomorrow, I'll see. But we did it last year, so if you want to see us streaming in front of Lucas Oil Stadium, with thousands of people playing board games on the field. There you go. Last year, you can see it in our playlist. That's probably down below. But they actually had a couple of the concession stands open selling stadium food to people, and they had tables everywhere, and they were packed. And everyone was eating like chicken wings and fingers and whatever they sell, their fries and whatever, hot dogs. I don't know what it was.
Even popcorn, like popcorn and pretzels and nachos and
but
stuff.
it smelled amazing when we came into the stadium, and normally that's not there. But there was 2 concession stands I saw that were open. They were serving everybody in Lucas Oil Stadium. Normally, from what I remember, is maybe there'd be a food cart maybe, but to get food at Lucas Oil Stadium in the past, you would have to walk like across the street or through the tunnel, go back into Gen Con, or walk all the way down the street to Georgia Street. But now the block party is on the street between the convention center and Lucas Oil Stadium. So all the food and block party are out there between those 2 places, which is amazing if you game in there. But then to the next level, the concession stands were open for most of the day. So people are just able to go up and order like the same food that you'd get at a football game, which may or may not be good, but at least it's something and it's there.
Yeah.
Which was interesting so that shows you like the capacity of this con is growing, because there is way more food carts in random places. I noticed way more concession stands open in random places, way more tables and gaming space and booths and craft booths, and there is no more dead hallways I found anymore.
No.
There is something everywhere. The con is not just busier in attendee wise, it also feels way busier exhibit and event wise. And I think for the first time they had over 20,000 events this year scheduled.
Yeah, I think the most
including
ever.
like cancellations and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think the exhibitor list was pretty big, because they definitely moved a bunch of the exhibitors that used to be in the hall are now in like hallways and tunnels and things. And that gave more room to other exhibitors in the exhibit hall too. So it's expanded on both ends for sure.
Yeah, we've even heard from so many people that we've chatted with that in their hotels, not connected to Gen Con, even 15, 20 minutes away, they get back to their hotel at night and their whole like lobby is playing board games, which we've seen as well, which is crazy.
Edward asked, did you guys stop at the same candy store or other spots on the way down? No, we actually also trying to be different. I just wanted to get here this year. I thought, let's not vlog. We did film a little bit. We did stop at one of the same targets of the 2 targets we stopped at last year, just to check the board games before we went to Gen Con. Because sometimes it sucks to buy a board game you think is brand new and exciting, and you find out it's been at Target already, and you probably could have bought it cheaper, or even bought it before the con and played it even in your hotel room even.
And we may or may not have bought something.
Yeah, and also you don't want to lug a game around Gen Con all day if you could have just bought it at Target down the street and like just put it in your car and left it in your hotel, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we stopped off at a Target, obviously stopped off for food and things, and gas, but we didn't do any fun side vlogging things other than filming a bit in the Target. So I might include that in a video later, but maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, no Uranus fudge. No, we didn't even stop for the beef jerky there.
No.
We just did like a Costco trip and got like, you know, energy bars and like nuts and meat packaged things, basically like trail mix things and stuff. But yeah, we didn't go buy all that like fresh jerky from that one place and like try to package it for the trip. We were just like trying to be convenient and quick and get to the con. So I didn't want to make it like last year when we did that. It turned like a 7 to 7.5 hour drive into like a 10+ hour drive. I didn't want to do that this year. I wanted to try to rest my feet, rest my legs, get here, and it still was like an 8+ hour drive.
Yeah.
But at least it wasn't a 10+ hour drive. So I just tried to kind of thin it out a bit, and I thought, nah, I'll just leave that for this year.
The other thing that we could possibly do is maybe go on the way back. The other thing is if we go to the candy store and all of that, so it's hard at that point to pick up treats for our daughter and get it like so far in advance, and then hope we don't eat it over the course of the week as well that we're here, or not the week, but you know what I mean, the few days that we're here.
We could stop there on the way back.
On the way back, we might stop and pick something up. Then we can get a treat for her, and
maybe,
we'll see how it goes. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that we do stop there. We just haven't yet.
Bo's asking, guys watching Card Holla? So Card Holla, again, this is like my 9th or something Gen Con. Been there, done that. I've seen it a few times. I filmed it before. I've been there and witnessed it at the 10 o'clock. I started filming it the first couple days, then I forgot to film it the next couple days kind of thing. So I don't know if I'll be able to get footage because I think they tear it down at like 10 o'clock tonight or something.
I think so.
Where they do the charity thing, throwing all the money at it. But I've been there and seen that. So like, I don't know if I want to spend time going all the way over there to sit there and watch it in a crowd. But I love that it's a thing. And I always tell people to go check it out if they've never seen it before. But I always, again, try to go to Gen Con, see some same things, but also try to see new things and try to experience new things. So, because it just keeps getting crazy. They keep adding new things and stuff, and I haven't experienced everything. But yeah, we've seen Card Hall before, but I haven't seen how it's like finalized.
Like progressing?
There's sometimes they build it really tall, and there's some crazy structures. Sometimes it's just so wide and it's like so huge, and sometimes they like connect buildings together and things and stuff. It blows my mind, but
when we did see it earlier, it looked like there was extra tables set up there that are normally not there. But the other thing too is, since they moved the block party and that whole stuff that used to be right in front of that, you used to go in and out that door a lot more. But now because they moved it to the other end, I feel like we're not going in and out that entrance as often, so we're not seeing it as much.
Yeah, we stopped passing by that area as much, yeah.
Because now everybody's coming, not everybody, but people are coming in another entrance, and then you can kind of go into the gamer hall or the exhibit hall that way, instead of coming in through Georgia Street or just going out to get a beer or food right there, and then you're coming in and out where Card Hall would be.
But yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
I don't know if anything else happened.
We haven't really said too much about what we've bought, but that will be in like our haul.
Yeah, we can talk about that either tomorrow's recap, maybe, or when we get back home, we can do a little stream kind of recapping Gen Con a little bit.
Yeah.
Do some questions in there. So if you're watching this, like a couple days later or like in the next couple days, and you have any questions for us or anything, join us on that stream. Subscribe, come around to that, whatever, if you haven't already. And we'll do a Q&A when we get back, maybe, and go over like what we bought there. Anything we can remember, you guys can come ask us questions if you're interested, kind of wrap it all up. And then we'll get into learning and playing some of the games we picked up, and playing some of the games that we left back at home that we want to keep playing more of, or games that we left at home that we need to play still. And we'll just keep on playing games.
Just do what we do, right?
Yeah. Edward's asking plans for tomorrow. So my current plans, again, not knowing how busy the exhibit hall is going to be, I would love to go spend the whole day in the exhibit hall and make up for lost time, but I'm scared. So what I want to do is take this camera and run around and film some random areas of Gen Con that I forget and take for granted, and just get some footage of. So if next year we talk about Gen Con or do a planning video, or even just do a Q&A about Gen Con or something, maybe I'll have some footage, or maybe I could put together a little vlog video just to show some different areas, some cool things at Gen Con, and maybe put that together. I don't know if I'll take time to do that because my channel is basically playthroughs. I don't know if everyone's gonna be interested in little vlog videos. So I would just probably put one together, maybe with some random footage. But I do like collecting footage even for my own use, just to save for later, for memories, looking at each folder and playing videos of like what we saw at Gen Con that year and kind of remind us of how it's expanded and things. So my plan is to, if I don't want to go in the exhibit hall too much, I might film a little bit in there and run around filming like Lucas Oil Stadium, hotels, gaming hall, things, just show you some cool stuff, cosplay, all that kind of stuff. Just run around, film things, and see if there's some cool stuff there. When I get home, I can watch through it and kind of see, maybe I can put together a little 10-minute fun little vlog video or something of it. So that's my plan, maybe to enjoy the last day, just doing that for fun. Or also streaming more Lorcana, like, or either just playing Lorcana, but I might as well stream because that's fun, like having everyone chat and root people on and stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely fun.
We need to check also with Kanji and Janet and stuff, see what all they're doing. Are they even going to be here tomorrow? I don't know. So maybe our group that we're kind of like hanging out with, maybe they're around, they have plans, or maybe they're an event, we join it, I don't know.
Yeah, because some people are slowly like dissipating.
I want to say goodbye to them too. But also, there is maybe just going to the exhibit hall for just the afternoon. So maybe roll in, go hang out with people, jam a couple games of Lorcana casually, grab some food, and then maybe in the last like 4 hours or 3 hours of the afternoon before the Gen Con ends, we don't have any events booked, we don't have any demos booked, we don't have any publisher meetings booked. So maybe just go in the exhibit hall and actually try to look at some games, and hopefully it's not as busy.
Yeah.
But if it is, I'm not afraid to just be like, F this, I'm going home, I'm out of here, and we'll just go do something else.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, there's a few places that we want to check out. Like, we haven't seen the consignment store and all of that. So we just also just want to see that stuff for ourselves.
Yeah.
And then if we can do some footage and stuff.
Yeah, we're like B-roll footage. But like, even the B-roll footage I never use, every year before going to Gen Con, I open it and I find most of it that I haven't deleted. And I just start watching it and it reminds me of like, oh yeah, I remember that at Gen Con last year. Or like, oh yeah, there's that. And like, I just watch them for fun. It's like home videos of like our vacation is how I treat it. But I really should sometimes take the time to sit down and just take a few days off streaming when we get back and just sit there just having fun, like going through the footage and editing it and showing you guys the footage.
Exactly.
So I might do that. It's not my wheelhouse. It's not something I do all the time. I don't have the most fun spending all day editing. Of course, I'd rather be streaming and playing a game with you guys, but that'd be fun too. And you know, it's just a fun archival thing that's just there. So I might do that when I get back if I'm in the mood for it. Or maybe the week after, maybe I'll just like book a few days where it's like, I'm not playing any games. But the problem is you come back from Gen Con and you have a pile of games you left that you need to play. I make myself feel like I need to play and stream. And then you come back with at least a few new games you want to play and stream. And like, that's what I love doing now is playing games and streaming them and showing them off and teaching them and, you know, whatever. And having fun just playing with you guys and streaming and stuff. So it's hard to like go back to the old ways of sitting down editing videos. And it's like, but I love when the final production's out. It's like a fun little video and I can go back and watch it later and everyone can watch it and stuff like that. So I don't know, we'll see.
I agree.
Yeah. Keyforge. I didn't bring any Keyforge decks here. I thought I was going to probably buy some Keyforge decks, but I went to their booth and they do have the new stuff there and they have some old stuff still. They have like a lot of old deck boxes and they even have those metal keys. They have a ton of the metal keys left they had there. But they have the new set, but I have so many decks at home from Winds of Exchange I haven't even opened, so I'm good. I have all the new Keyforge stuff. I still can experience it and play it, but I went to their booth like, ooh, I wonder if they have anything new. They have new stuff for people that didn't back the game found, right? But I didn't bring decks. I didn't bring tokens because I was thinking I'm going to focus on like Lorcana maybe, play some games if we can get a starter decks, or Star Wars Unlimited, or play other games people bring. I don't need to bring the games always. You know, other people will play games with us.
Yep.
But I always had in the back of my mind, if we need to, we always could buy like a 2-player starter set and play some Keyforge if somebody wanted to. And even Jacko bought some Keyforge, and I thought he was going to be like, let's play this at some point, but he didn't. But I probably should have offered, but I didn't know if I'd have time. So Jacko, I wanted to, and I told Mel right after, I was like, when you showed me that 2-player starter set, I almost just like was like, you want to rip this thing open? I'll play with you right now, because I love Keyforge. I love Keyforge. But I hope you have fun with the Keyforge you bought. And don't blame me if you don't have fun, okay? It's not my fault. But yeah. Oh, you're just curious about the booth? Yeah, they just have all the new stuff. They have tons of old stuff. The booth was packed. Lots of things. People demoing Keyforge. They were demoing the Gormageist scenario. They had Sky Jedi was like demoing it to people every time I walked by. They were also at a game, Mindbug. It's like has like Richard Garfield's name on it. But he's like one of the co-designers. It looks like a little contained 2-player card game of some kind. I don't know much about it, but again, that was one of the ones I went to the booth and I was going to ask them about it, but like, man, it's just too many people. I was like, I'm out of here. I don't care. But they did have that game there, and I'd never seen this before, so. You already sleeved it. Yes. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
So you can play Rob next time.
Yeah, next year. Yeah. Put it in the deck box. Don't touch it. Bring it next year. We'll play. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Play it. Have some fun. Hopefully one day they make online digital Keyforge and we can play together online too. But yes. And here's where Mel beat me the first time. And the second, yes. Here's where I got decked by a backpack full of games. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Here's where a mom ran over my foot with a stroller. Yeah, yeah. Next year it's on.
Yes, yes. You need to stay longer next year.
Yes.
We missed you today.
Yes. I need to check in with you tonight and you're not there for me. Or tomorrow. You left us. Yeah. Jacko, maybe not next year. I can understand if you don't come every year. I said it to everybody. This year, I'm like, after this year's crazy attendance records, whatever the busyness, I can understand if you want to take a year off. Plus, when you come for the first Gen Con, you might not be able to afford the next one because you overbuy games. It's a common thing to come here and just buy. There's like so many things. It's so exciting. So I understand if financially you need to take a year off because now you're like looking at your credit card statement, you're like, what the hell did I buy all these bags for? What happened? I blacked out for 3 days and I came home with all these games. But yeah. Yeah, I'm down. So yeah, next year's on. I am so down. Anyways, I think we should get out of here.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit hungry.
I am getting hungry. Yeah. I'm having too much fun. So when you start having too much fun, bad things will happen. So
Yeah.
we can't get away with this forever. I'm surprised no one's kicked us off these tables yet, but we've been lucky.
I think this is a safe area.
I think it's
because of-
Asmodee
yeah,
property,
I
and they
think-
know who we are over there, so they're not going to kick us off.
Yeah.
I know they're marketing people. They know me, so we should be good. We should be good. Anyways. C-Mitch says it would be a 2-hour drive for me, but I have kids getting ready for school right now. Oh, yeah, I know.
It's a challenge, I know.
I know some states it's like a bad time of year. It's weird. But yeah, thank you, Edward. Michael R says, off to recreate a Queen's Gambit.
Oh, let us know if you like it. I gotta say, okay, some people making jokes about the pineapple on pizza. I get that. I never thought to put pickles on a pizza. It was
Yes.
actually very good.
I want to order pickles on my next pizza I
don't
get
know
at
that
home.
they have pickles as an option.
I know some places do for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, some places do.
Okay.
Yep.
So
It's just not something I ever think of doing,
yeah.
but I would.
And mustard.
Spicy mustard.
Spicy mustard. It was good.
Yep.
It was very good.
Yeah. Or you
So
can
yeah.
just make it at home.
I could
You can make
yes,
it, yeah,
I
you
can
can make it at
recreate it
home.
like Michael. But Michael, let us know
Yep.
how you like it
Yep.
in your recreation.
So yeah, I don't think we'll stream for the rest of the night, even though I like kind of want to. We'll just call it there. But tomorrow maybe we'll stream at the end of the day, do a recap. We'll see. If not, we'll be streaming when we get home. Because again, I just don't know where the day's going to take us, and I don't want to lock anything in because again, all of a sudden the exhibit hall might be approachable. All of a sudden we might get into some demo we never knew, or might get into
Right.
some games of, whatever game. Who knows? So I want to just leave it open, enjoy the last day. We'll see how it goes. We also don't have to rush home immediately after, as some years we do. So we're going to stay right to the end, and we're going to hang out. So we'll see. So maybe if they don't kick us out of the building, we can do like a stream even after Gen Con ends from Gen Con maybe. But we'll see. Or we'll do it from our hotel maybe or something like that. We'll see. But if not, we'll see when we get home. We'll let you know how it is. We'll do a final recap. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out. Thanks for enjoying our streams. Thanks for keeping us company here. Thanks for keeping us sane. Thanks for checking in on us. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.